from Chicago doing part 2s and 3s now. Esau don't let them lessons pop up like they used to. The book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Right, so all of your empires, anything you think you about to build, Esau, is going to get dense should the Lord bring you down. All right, your heritage, your horrible concoction, right, is waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Right, verse 4, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. Right? And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord will be magnified from the border of Yasha'Allah. Right? And this is for these camps out here. Right? Right. The book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 6. A son honoreth his father, and a servant his master. If then I be a father, where is my honor? And if I be a master, where is my fear? Right? So obviously the God of the Bible is not their father, heavenly father, and obviously the God of the Bible is not who they fear. Saith the Lord of hosts unto you, O priest, that despise my name. And ye say, wherein have we despised thy name? Ye offer polluted bread upon my altar, with your phony doctrine. And ye say, wherein have we polluted thee? And that ye say, the table of the Lord is contemptible. All right. See, Babylon in that horse Bishop Nate rode in on is going to get destroyed for sure. All right. That I do know. Revelation chapter 18, verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, who judgeth her. So just as this eclipse is coming in one day, all right, so is the fall of Babylon.
To talk technology, and our tech expert, Luis Alvarez, joining us here on Power Talk Radio. Hello, Luis.
Good morning, Mark. How are you?
Doing pretty good. So there's an old saying, hey, I've got money in hand, you know. and and now with technology, that really can be true, because there is a British-Polish company that has a way of putting money in your hand, not in the traditional way, but in a whole new way, and it's got a lot of people talking. What do you know about this?
Yeah, this is something that's been in the works for a few years. It's kind of I wouldn't call it the Holy Grail, but a natural advancement of the way that we pay for things. And this company has developed a microchip. Weighs less than a gram. It's smaller than a grain of rice, and they can implant it in your hand using local anesthetic. So they claim that it's not painful at all. But the idea behind it is that it will let you go to the checkout line, for example, or to any device that uses Google Pay or Samsung. Those near field NFC ability to use your smartphone for contactless payment. This chip does the same thing. So in essence, you just hold your hand.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 9, verse 6. Forsake the foolish and live, and go in the way of understanding. All right?
over that reader, and voila, you can pay up. And so the idea is to take the smartphone out of the equation so that you don't have to carry anything. You just have to pay with that chip.
Well, not only take the smartphone out of the equation, but your credit cards. You don't have to carry those anymore.
Yeah, no credit cards, no debit cards. All of that stuff is, in the chip itself. Now, I suspect, even though the story doesn't specifically mention it, that you will need your smartphone to be able to pick the credit card that you're going to pay with, because there's no other way to do it. I'm sure there's a link there somehow, but just
Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had that mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Right? And the definition for mark in Greek and Latin is karagma. Karagma. It means etching, scratching, incision, marking.
the idea that you can now use a chip implanted in your hand to pay for things, it's being tested in Europe, but I'm sure it works. It's going to come to the U.S. pretty quickly.
So you wave your hand over something, and all of a sudden it goes from whatever the balance is to zero. That's
Exactly.
crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm not convinced. I don't know that I want a chip in my hand, but, that's me. I'm an old school kind of guy.
1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 6. But godliness is